Welcome everyone for another tournament matches, and here we're reaching the third game of the grand final. The grand final is a best of 5. Currently we are 1-1 on each side between Team Immune and Indecisive, and here we're going into once again a little bit of an odd composition that sometimes Team Indecisive kind of like to throw with not really a true front line, and also picking a Kallari into a triple tank composition. And to the surprise of everyone, it seems that it has been working very well, but at the same time, you are on the clock, because when you reach the very late game, it's gonna be complicated to execute such a team comp against that many frontline on the side of Team Immune, and so you have to beat the enemy team in a timely fashion. Once again, another match of the grand final of the Fangbooth 6 between Team Immune and Team Indecisive. Still the same roster on both sides. Bondo, Shana, MT, Shin, Nefty for the side of Immune, Kaborani, Manchu, TSC, Niza, and Morose on the side of Team Indecisive. And here for this match, we're going to focus a little bit on the jungle point of view. Shana playing the Greystone, already Greystone having already two very good games. The first match on Niza, creating a lot of space for his team. And here on the second game also, Shana was already playing the Greystone, and so far the Greystone has been winning every time. Here a little bit of a surprise, we see a Kallari pick on the side of Niza into Severog, Greystone, Rictor, but also a Gideon played by MT that usually goes for an Orb of Growth, very kind of HP heavy build. So I'm kind of surprised by that pick by the side of Team Indecisive. I feel like this Kallari doesn't really have any good target, so I wonder what they want to try to go with it. And so when it comes to team fight, they do have to be careful because they don't really have very great front line. I don't know Cosmid B. I don't think there is really big advantage. It's just that if you're downside, as the dual lane here, you need to respect that the enemy jungler start red side. But it's also true for the offlaner on the other side of the map. Here, you see that Quang as Morose, he can't really go for a huge aggression on the first wave because the enemy jungler is next to it. So it's mainly you get some pressure and stuff on the different situation. Thank you Oyojimbo for the follow. Welcome. So here we can see that the Kallari was coming towards the mid lane, but I guess a ward spotted Niza, and so it just had to disengage. And so here in the meantime, we just go for the clear on the side of Shana. We don't really try to impact map. To be fair, there is not amazing gank early on for Greystone. And so we're gonna finish the next camp, and then we're gonna move on to the 4 camp immediately. And Niza has gone for red 2 camp into blue. So it's kind of usually what it does on the Kallari. We have seen Niza play the Kallari earlier in the tournament, and he was going for the exact same situation and same and same jungle route. And so here we can see that Niza coming back to the mid lane. MT is actually going to try to contest that, but Niza is around, and so it's just torn spacing away. No follow-up though, so I guess maybe there was a potential to chase a little bit and get a little bit more, but they don't know where is the Greystone. So if they go in and the Greystone is around the corner, suddenly you're in a very bad spot. Here we can see that Shin was trying to contest a little bit that gold buff, but no, it's a very tough situation, forced to flash away. Nefty coming back to try to help, trying to bait this fight because the Greystone is around, but they have ward on the Greystone, and so that's just gonna stop this aggression. Shin losing his flash to try to contest that gold buff. It's kind of a heavy price to pay in my opinion, especially on the Rictor. And Shana is gonna go for the reset, has enough gold to secure the Barbaric Cleaver, so we're probably going into an Overlord first item for this Greystone. We're gonna rotate again towards the 5 camp respawn. while the Kallari is looking around like the dual lane potentially. And we do get like a little bit of trading in the mid lane. And Shana arriving from behind. So MT was like just trying to bait the trade. MT is one of the top mid laner when it comes to that. And now we do have Shana. And that's gonna be the first blood of the match. Like that's something that MT is actually like super good at. And that's something I keep telling people is like gank are set up by the lane. It's not the jungler that set up the gank, it's the laner in the lane. And MT is very, very good at that. You can see that MT starts fighting like way earlier because he knows jungler is going to come, to the point that the enemy is actually like focused so much on the actual gank that he can't to focus on the fight that he can't actually like think about him getting ganked. And here we get like a very nice hook, but we have to disengage because we're not in a favorable position. And MT just like here, it's MT that fully set up and TSC completely forgot that Shana can be behind him. And that's suddenly like a free pick because like MT doing the perfect timing of aggression and kind of setting up everything perfectly, and Shana just has to properly like come from behind, get a few auto attack in, don't miss the jump, and that's a free first blood for the side of Team Immune. So we get the level 6 on the Greystone, or maybe looking at something onto the dual lane. We're gonna deward. Kabulani and Mancure are aware, we still try to go for the hook. And we're gonna check like the 5 camp, or getting like the timer, and that's the respawn, perfect timer respawn here, but Niza is around, so that can be like a little bit scary for Shana, but at the same time, I said it can be a little bit scary, but you can see like Niza level 4, Shana level 5, so you just get the level 5 from Niza, but it wasn't like in any chance of dying because Flash is still up as well. But at the same time, no need to expend your resources for no reason. If you try to go for an invade and you thought it was safe, or actually like, it can be safe unless the enemy team come to contest, and if it's unsafe anymore, like just drop the camp. It's not worth dying for like stealing an enemy jungle camp. Here Shana being like kind of a nuisance to Niza. And here we're just gonna secure the attack speed buff, and probably we're gonna go for the blue buff when the blue buff respawn. And not much happening more here. We got a little bit of aggression onto the dual lane, but Shin is taking like a lot of damage back. While in the meantime, I guess we get like a little bit of fight into the mid lane. Empty getting the level 7. We try to go for the Tesla Dome, so we flash immediately because here, like you could have walked out, but I think like TSC was looking for the security gate, and that's why we get the flash immediately from MT, because he knows if the security gate connects, he's probably dead, because then after it's a sticky mine and that's enough damage to kill him, and he doesn't want to deal with that, and so it doesn't risk anything. It just like spend his flash to get away. Here we have like a very close like damage. We do get the Seismic Assault, but the Kira was already like disengaging. Left at 1 HP, like both dual lane, like kind of playing with fire here. But that's just gonna be probably like a crash from the side of Manku and Kabodani, and they can probably like try to go for the gold buff after. But here they let Shin like fully freeze that, which is probably because I don't know where is the Greystone. And Shana back to farming, get both blue buff and red buff. But he's working towards finishing his Overlord, I think in one back.
I shall return soon.
And he get the Overlord finish here, as we have seen. And so now like his clear time is gonna be much improved. His auto attack damage as well for his gank, and so now like this Greystone is starting to be a little bit more online and maybe looking for some stuff from him. So we can see that he's maxing the Sacred Oath the E ability on Greystone. And as Greystone jungle, like this is what you should be maxing, because the clear time speed is not that much different compared that when you max the make way. But at the same time, like your gank are so much stronger with the E being improved. As you can see here, Shana can just like jump on it. Shin tried to go for the hook after like the Kallari dropped down. They try to apply a little bit of pressure. We get the double stun, but we're still like pretty strong. This Kallari can't really like find any like window of aggression. And here it's just gonna be like a kind of a clean disengage. Shin not level 6 yet, so here we're maybe like creating a little bit of pressure, making the enemy team on the side of Indecisive maybe a little bit uneasy on if they actually are doing like the Fangbooth or not. But here, for instance, like this little ward on the inhibitor on the right side is just like a replay bug. Don't really pay attention to it. It's not the ward being placed here. And here we try to go for Manq. Manq not respecting the fog wall, getting absolutely obliterated, but then we get Nysa that go for Nefty, and so Team Indecisive managing to salvage that play. We try to go onto Kabodani. Kabodani is not getting out of the Stoneforge Soul. We try to go for the ultimate, but it's not enough, and so in the end, it's a 2-for-1 for Immune, pushing their lead a little bit more. And yeah, Manq face shaking the fog wall against a Greystone Rictor. When you are a Bellica, it's a little bit too greedy, and that costs like here the 2-for-1 trade in that situation. So we are back to farming on the side of the Greystone. Gold buff is going to respawn on the dual lane. While Greystone is keeping like his clear up. He's going to go for 4 camp into blue buff. And maybe then we try to hit the dual lane again and maybe like start to force like maybe an objective, the Fangbooth. Shin has his skewer up. You can see that Nysa is also like around the dual lane, but it's just like going back. Here we try to go for the gold buff. Nysa is invisible. And we try to go for the flash, the knock up. Unfortunately that makes that we miss like one dagger, but in the end it's like a very well play. We start to go for the aggression. We try to go Kabodani a little bit like out of position, but actually like doing pretty well. But now it's getting very nice seismic assault to get secure the kill and also like go on to Shana, but we got the rotation from Empty. Empty is gonna secure the kill on Kabodani normally. Kabodani joking, force the black hole. Manq getting catched by the black hole. Shana coming around. We do get like the CC chain onto Empty, and that's very beautifully played by the side of Team Indecisive. Like Team Immune was definitely looking to finish their rotation onto that dual lane to create like some pressure and probably secure the Fangbooth, but Team Indecisive like actually like go faster than them. And very nice play this time by Manq, going for the seismic assault onto Nef that he wasn't expecting. Like Nef thought it was completely safe, but then we're just like flash in, get the seismic assault. Nysa absolutely obliterate like Murdoch, and then suddenly we try to go for like a little bit more aggression. Kabodani a little bit overstep in, but in the end it worked out pretty well for them because they secure 3-for-1. But Morris dying on the other side of the map from the long arm of the low actually kind of nullify a big portion of like all this good play on the left side of the map. Manq, double stun, void bomb, trying to disengage. Hook doesn't connect, but the Sacred Oath slow do connect. And now we have nothing, so Manq is just like trying to deal as much damage as he can. And then we got Shin arriving from behind, Stone for Soul, getting picked up, try to do most damage here. We do have the rotation of the rest of the team, so we do have actually like 5 people here on the side of Indecisive, and despite like having 5 people, they actually don't have priority for that Fangbooth. And in the meantime, Bondroot was just like getting the thing. So here, unfortunate timing for ManQ. Shana was already around the corner, and that caused him like this kill, and that means that no, like they were definitely willing to play around the Fangbooth for the side of Indecisive with the rotation of Morose, but Manju getting picked up kind of completely thwarted that plan, and that means that no, Bondroot got like a lot of free time into that offlane to be able to stack and get a little bit of damage. Here we can see that though Morose is coming back, Nysa is coming, a lot of damage, Colossal Blow only connecting on the Kallari, so Bondroot will gonna try to walk away. Probably with the Phantom Rush it will be enough, but we're gonna get the Tether Sword almost, and we don't catch the Phantom Rush, so nothing is to be found here. So 15 minutes in, no objective has been taken because like both teams are not letting like those objectives go for free. We're working towards the augmentation, I assume, from like the build pass of Shana, or maybe not, oh, actually like the Elafrost, sorry, my mistake. We're working towards the Elafrost. And here finally we're gonna start this Fangbooth. And he's gonna start it like by himself. Taking advantage of the enemy team actually rotated for the gold buff to get the Fangbooth for them. Nefty auto-attacking over the wall to not enter the pit. And you can see that... Ooh, Nysa arriving from behind. Nefty has to kind of survive, get the buckshot. Next is being used, but we kind of find a skewer. We get like the guillotine out. And here we do have Shana that was going onto ManQ. Shin following onto Nysa. ManQ is finally getting picked up. Like Kabonai is forced to disengage. And in the end, it's gonna be a 1-0 plus a Fangbooth for the side of Team Immune. And just like accepting to use the gold buff as a way to just like secure the priority on that Fangbooth. That was very, very, very neatly played. But then Empty get picked up. So in the end, a 1-for-1 trade. And but still, Fangbooth being secured by the side of Team Immune. While also like Morose go for the rotation, so they're going like for the dive. Nefty is going to get picked up, like Indecisive going very, very, very much ham. Here they're gonna secure like another kill, and actually like they're gonna get like a lot. Like Shana trying to get the pick here on Nysa. Nysa trying to use his teammate to body block. We're gonna get the Stone for Soul. No mana onto Morose. The tower is being secure on the offlane, and here we're gonna secure maybe another pick onto Shana. So we're just trading like the 1-for-1 here, which is not super worth it. But at least we defend the tier 1 tower on the duo lane, so Team Immune still like kind of trading kind of evenly overall, while getting slightly more on the map because they got like a tower. They also like got the Fangbooth, so they're overall here 1 objective up, which is not a lot. Like it's anyone's game, but at the same time they have the composition that is better at team fighting than the enemy team. Like this Kallari, once those tanks start to be like very, very strong, are gonna be having like a lot of trouble to find like time to express herself. And so like the more the game advances, the more like it's going to fall into Immune's favor. Good reaction by the side of Indecisive, securing that mini prime for themselves. So at least now we're back to even in terms of objective control. But in the meantime, we do had like Nefty that was like fully split pushing. So Indecisive grouping as 5, sacrificing the tier 1 tower in the dual lane. So once again, now it's back like Immune is 1 structure up. And in the meantime, we're looking to get a little bit of pressure out of the mid lane. So Shana back to farming, working towards his level 11. We see that Morose is looking for rotation onto mid lane. Empty just like tipping away, completely thwarting that rotation. Nysa maybe looking for that Murdoch here by being invisible. And that's Nefty gone. Nysa going like very aggressive, but we're gonna try to kind of find the big backup. And Nysa, ooh, juking under the tower, playing that well. But we're gonna get the skewer, the double skewer here. Forced like the cleans out of Kabodani. Kabodani is trying to create some distance, but now he's going with the ultimate, doing a lot of damage. The Dusk finding like a pick, but Shana is a little bit too big. So in the end, it's a 2-4-2. But Shana keep like going strong into that match, finding 2 additional kills. While on the other side, we're actually like going for some aggression, but Sevrog securing like the solo bolo onto Moros, and despite Moros having the Quang, so that's actually pretty rough. And here we try to go for the black hole onto Manq. Manq taking like a lot of damage. Empty doesn't have a lot of mana left, so you can probably like go for the Cosmic Rift, and if the Cosmic Rift doesn't connect, there is no kill potential. But in the meantime, Shana, keep the split push, secure the tier 2 tower on the left side, and so, yeah, this Kallari pick like is killing Neft, but Shana is answering like that perfectly by being there to be able to collect kills, and the aftermath is just that they get more. Here you can see they got the tier 2 tower more than what the enemy team has gotten overall on the map. We do get the Fangtooth respawning, so probably team are going to collapse around there. It's only the second Fangtooth of the game because objectives have been well contested, but we're already like 21 minutes into the game, which means that this Fangtooth is going to die very, very fast by either team that actually like get their players inside the pit. Though Kallari is very good at stealing objective. And here we can see Shana is already getting there. This time it's Bondrewd that is the first to arrive to the objective, slightly ahead of Moros. And that should be like helping Team Immune securing that Fangtooth. But they actually want to kind of know where is the Kallari before they actually... Oh, a very nice subjugate by Bondrewd, forcing the guillotine immediately. And that's actually like a very huge objective... ultimate being like removed. That means that Nysa has to be actually like very, very, very careful here. And so that means that this Kallari like danger is also like quite limited. We try to go, Moros try to go for an engage, but unfortunately like he's alone in the back, flashing back onto Shana. But we're gonna fix like find, and we go for the flash in skewer. We don't have like the cleans onto Kabodani. Kabodani forced to flash away. Shin getting kind of low on HP, and Shana finally get picked up. But we're gonna clean another target, and so that means that both jungler are now dead. We're going in as empty. We do miss, like the whole gang is following afterwards. And that's gonna be also another pickup on Kabodani. And that was the special Torn Space delivery. So here, actually, like Team Immune, like trying to force... No. Okay, I saw they were trying to force Fangtooth, but no. They're just gonna reset. They're too low on HP. TSC is being like a little bit of a nuisance to stop them from backing. But here, I guess everyone is going to reset. We still have 15-second deaths on Kabodani, which means that Team Immune has a slight timing advantage when it comes to actually be on that Fangtooth. But it's not a huge one, so we probably will have to fight again to try to find like this opportunity to get that Fangtooth. And actually... no team is really like coming back to the Fangtooth. We're just back to farming. Oh, Manq has to be careful. Shana was looking for something, but we do get Nysa and TSC the round. Empty's ultimate was up, so that could have been like a little bit scary, but I guess we get the Silencium on Manq, so if we remove the True Silver, suddenly we're good. And we're looking at, ooh, Manq taking a lot of damage. Manq out of position. Manq is already dead. You can't frontline as the Bellica. We try to go in. We do get the Colossal Blow onto the gadget. But no, like, Bondrewd is going a little bit too deep. All 4 members of the side of Team Indecisive is in mid lane. And we have seen, like, time and time again, Indecisive being 5, where Team Immune is only 4. But Team Immune still getting like the better end of like this engagement most of the time, because they just like managed to secure like a pick before like the full team is there, while they have someone that was keep farming. So here they try to engage, like here Moros finding a double jump like into like good damage from that gadget. Shana going immediately on Kabodani, stop Kabodani from being able to play the match. And here they have to collapse all on Shana. Shana dropping down, trying to use like the Stoneforge Soul and getting like Kabodani like very low, but here he's forced to flash away, he's 1 HP. But in the meantime they do find Moros in the backline. And so that's going to be a 1-4-0 trade so far. We do get the subjugate onto Nyza. Nyza forced to flash away, 1 HP. And then we get Nefty with the imported auto finally finding the pick. And that's a 2-4-0 for the set of Team Immune. And here we can see like in team fight, like these kind of like more standard type of composition is actually like doing much better. And they seems to be like winning ever so slightly every single team fight that they're going for. Bondud is just like creating like some reasons for the enemy team, but that's probably gonna be at the cost of his life. So here Bondud overstaying is welcome, but Team Immune are still going to secure the Fangtooth for themselves, and that's the second Fangtooth of the game at 25 minutes in only. That is finally secured. So we have finished the Crystal and Cuirass to defend against the Quang and the gadget damage. And here we're working towards more health. Next objective of the game is the Orb Prime, but it's not really like easy to force. Especially when you're playing like against Gadget, Bellica, Quang, like getting out of that pit can be like very dangerous. So probably need to find like some pickup before. Here we do have Nyza being around. We're gonna secure Teal buff. In terms of farm, we're kinda even. 25 minutes, like only around like 20 CS differences, which is like quite impressive by both teams. Jumping away immediately to not take too much damage. Ooh, a very nice hook onto Moros, but unfortunately there is like not much follow-up, and Shin like taking like a lot of damage, getting at 1 HP. Shana getting like, ooh, 1 HP on Shin. We try to go through, it's not enough. Shin dodging everything. Moros trying to find the pick, and Moros finally finding the pick, while in the meantime the rest of Indecisive is just creating like some space here. They do have to be careful. A very nice subjugate to disengage. Shana is going for the counter engage onto Nyza, but here it's a little bit technical. Kabodani is going in by himself for... Okay. I guess Kabodani like kind of find the opportunity, but his teammate weren't like really following, and suddenly like it's Team Immune in full retreat. And just like in the end, like it looks Kabodani play was kind of very goofy. But from the amount of damage he has made, he's actually like the play was super good. It's just that he needed his teammate to be ready to follow up, and here a little bit of miscommunication between them together. We're gonna see like Nyza trying to go above, trying to chase Empty, but Empty managing to just fully disengage here. If like the team of Indecisive were following on that play of Kabodani, it's probably like a triple kill, and then that's an Orb Prime for them. Shana after taking the red buff rotating, Shin trying to create like some space, Nyza is getting low, Shana is just gonna split push for the time being, securing the tower before like rotating here, but there is not much to be found. Nyza getting picked up after all this chase, and now like Team Immune is maybe like, okay, it's time to maybe force that Orb Prime. Bellica and Gadget had to go back to base because they had no mana, so that means that now we have the timing of a 5v2. And we're gonna like try to take it to force like this Orb Prime for themselves, while the enemy jungler is dead as well, which means that the hunt is very easy to secure for themselves. Empty and Shin on like zoning duty. Moros trying like to force open like this entry. We go for the flash in with the black hole as the counter engage here. They do secure the Orb Prime, and now we're actually like in a tough spot. Like as a gadget you can't really like disengage, so we get hooked by Shin here, and we already like secure 1 target. In the meantime we're just gonna disengage with the rest, and that's an Orb Prime on 5 people, and an Orb Prime that will be up for the third Fangtooth of the game, and that's gonna be probably triple Fangtooth on the side of Team Immune. Hello, Moros. And so with that R prime and the fact that the R prime will be up for the Fangtus, which can almost guarantee triple Fangtus on the side of Team Immune, because like at 30 minutes in, like this Fangtus against a team with R prime is just gonna like disappear in 1 second. It's actually like super hard to contest, and so here Team Immune took a very, very strong option on the game. On top of that, like I said, like their team comp is easier to play into the 5v5 situation team fight. We can say that maybe we have like some chase here. We try to catch Manq. Manq is going to get picked up before the Fangtus, so now the Fangtus is even more like guaranteed. Kabodani trying to maybe like deal a little bit of aggression here. Niza trying to find empty, and Niza actually like finding empty. We go for the flash. I don't know where Kabodani has gone. He absolutely like disappeared. Oh, he flashed in the back line, trying to go into Nefty, trying to find like as much as he can. But then we get the long arm of the low while Shana is actually like focusing on TS-Seed. And as usual, we get like a replay buffering bug. So we're gonna rewatch hold the situation again. So here we are. Oh man, Q face checking that fog wall like a chat that he shouldn't be. You're playing a Bellica support without Galaxy Grave. You can't do that. You can absolutely not do that. So here, man, Q completely out of position. Gonna get picked up. They do use the black hole for that, and here like Team Indecisive gonna try to kind of find an opportunity here, like Kabodani creating like some aggression for Niza, and Niza getting like through the portal as well, finding empty immediately. We do get the flash. We flash like behind Nefty here from Kabodani, trying like to create like some very complicated stuff, and then Niza is coming back, but then we get the long arm of the low from the skewer. Nefty is 1 HP. In the meantime, we do have Shana going onto TS-Seed, and that's gonna be another pick. Niza is like now alone against like Shin and Nefty. He's gonna getting chased. He doesn't have guillotine, he doesn't have neck, so it's actually like very tough for him to actually like find another pickup. While in the meantime, we do have Bone Root absolutely like opening like the right side of the map. Like the scaling has been gone, and so like now it's very tough for Morose to actually like fight into that. Manq respawn, but like I said, this R prime on multiple people was guaranteeing that the triple Fangtus is gonna fall off into the hands of Team Immune. And no, those like kind of like 5 damage dealer kind of type of comp is actually like kind of becoming even weaker, because everyone is tankier on the side of Team Immune now, thanks to the 8% more total physical power and total magical armor. So that's actually like very, 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 very tough. And for Indecisive, until like they find like a perfect team fight, well, they kind of manage to explode the Murdoch immediately, and then they get like a nice like combo with the Quang plus the CC of the Bellica, while all the tanks are inside the Tesla Dome, and we get like the Kira 3 DPSing on top of that. Like then maybe we're gonna see like something happening, but Team Immune is in a commanding position in that game. So we're starting to watch the slideshow. Oh, finally we're back. And we still have the R prime for a little while. Like one saving grace is like this R prime didn't result into any inhibitor yet, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, with like the minimap being bugged, it's a little bit hard to see. Shin get the Galaxy Grave, trying to go onto Moros. Moros forced to flash away. We do get the hook, but that's like a tanky target. We actually like fully commit on that, but Shin shouldn't commit on that. Like that's the only like tanky target. Unfortunately, Tesla Dome being expanded here by TS-Seed, and that's a cooldown that you needed to defend something else afterwards. Like this Tesla Dome, you couldn't really like afford to use it in that situation. But still, it's a free pickup on the Rictor. And here Shin, I guess Shin got baited by the very nice hook he landed, but that hook is just like a poking hook. It's not like a full-on engage hook, and so Shin shouldn't have gone for the skewer afterwards. It was just like a little bit of poke, and that should have been like all there was after that very nice hook. But I guess like in the brain you get like, oh, I hooked someone after the flash. That for sure means it's good. And it was good, but not good enough to fully commit onto the thing. So here, I guess we're going to wait for the R prime to respawn. Not much to be found until then. We're gonna keep like the wave pushed. Of course, if someone is out of position, we're gonna take advantage of that and punish it. But normally, like those two teams are not gonna make those type of mistake at that moment in the game, and we're just like gonna wait slowly but surely towards like the respawn here. Shana trying to create like a little bit of space, getting like some like vision. We got the salvation. No, like not a lot of like physical armor on that Greystone build for now. Only the steel mail actually. Nothing else is providing. A little bit of Ella Frost as well. My mistake. Ella Frost provides a little bit of physical armor. And here we're just like trying to keep control of the jungle. Maybe find like a pick on Indecisive if they don't respect and they go through the fog wall. But here Indecisive is just like playing defense. And so we basically like keep the map control on the side of Team Immune. But I'm not sure they can actually like really force an inhibitor with that objective. So objective buff. So they're just like basically keeping like all this map control. So when they decide to disengage to go for objective, they actually like have the wave to their advantage and makes it like kind of tough for the enemy team to coordinate and be like on top of them at the right timing. Also, they can still like hold their jungle, so they keep like getting ahead when it comes to experience, and they also like deny some gold from the enemy team, and so all of that is just like, if they keep this status quo in that situation, it's actually very good for themselves because they just like get more farm overall, they still have the map pressure, and their comp is scaling better. So here we're trying to go for like a little bit of damage onto Shana. But Shana is very tanky. Bondru is actually trying to create some space. Niza is forced like to jump over. And so here we get like a lot of damage onto Kaborani. And Kaborani got absolutely like obliterated. Manju also. And finally like here, you can see that's like one of the problem of like when they're playing against like this type of team comp. It's just like it's very easy for the side of Team Immune to just create space because they have three tanks. Three tanks that can walk forward. And so it's like very easy for them to actually like just like dominate the team fight situation. And here you can see that that's exactly what happened. Like they kind of space a lot, and like Indecisive is kind of forced at some point to make a play. But because they make the play, then suddenly like it's too much tankiness, and at some point like anyone is kind of an exposed target on the side of Indecisive. Everyone is kind of squishy, so it's very easy to at some point that Immune kind of find an opportunity. And in my opinion, it's not Indecisive playing like bad those situations. It's just that their comp is too hard to play in those situations, while it's like very easy for Immune to actually like make those play. And so we secure the all prime now. We're gonna chase a little bit more. Niza is 1 HP, and we're gonna secure Niza as well. So now we have Quang dead for 40 seconds, Niza dead for 65 seconds. While everyone on the side of Team Immune has the R prime, and so they're gonna go for the final push of the game, trying to secure this thing and finally get 2-1 up over Team Indecisive, and it's finally being into match point. So if they win one more, it's actually Team Immune that is going to win this whole grand final and this best of 5.